Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is International Red Fashion Experience, and this is Black History Month, and the name of Beverly's show is Happy Black History Month.
Yes.
And we know all back in times and back in history, a lot of things have changed for us. A lot of things gotten better.
Yes, they have.
Still a few things that haven't, so, it's a shame for that, but we gotta celebrate Black History Month for what it's worth, for the happy Black History Month.
Yes.
We gotta look at all the positive and the great things and the achievements that we've made as a black people.
Mm-hmm.
We've made more money. We make more money now. They used to give us a little bit of money for what we do by us protesting and civil rights and all these other things that these people before us have fought for, gave us rights to have a better life as a black person before when we were in slavery. So we have to be appreciative and be glad for the space we are at as a black people. Don't complain about where we're not at, because this younger generation, I hate to say it, are not making us progress. We're regressing because we're not respecting each other, our own black self. It's not the white man. We can't blame it on the white man and all that, because we put him straight by letting him know we wanted equal pay. We were not going to let you take advantage of us no more and take our money and treat us like modern slaves. Now we write our own check, we make our own way, and we got our own businesses. So there's no excuse. There might be a place like San Francisco right now that used to have black people that are successful, and now the Chinese and the Mexicans and all these people have taken over. We don't have what we have. But that's our fault. We can't blame that on nobody else, because we didn't keep it together after the crack came out in the pandemic. I mean, the crack-epidemic in the 80s, when we lost everything, when we were on top, and we had everything, and then we went backwards instead of forward. That was our fault. We can't blame nobody else. We keep blaming us things on other people, and we need to be a people, as a united people. We need to unite and be as one, and be great as one, and be strong. These other cities, states, Atlanta got strong black businesses and big business things, and they're doing good as a black people, better than we are as a black people, because right now, the black people in this community is very, very little. We lost people because of the gentrification. They upped the rent so high, they priced us out of here. They pricing us out of here. So it's okay. We still gonna be happy. We still gonna think positive. Don't think negative. Don't never blame it on the white man. Don't never do that. Just be your best self and be happy at the state of mind you're at. And look at the good. Never look at the bad, because it's always good. And look at the silver lining. There's always a silver lining in anything. Adversity is to see the greater benefit. And I'm gonna let Beverly, my queen, 100%, you understand me? Strong, black queen, Beverly.
Yes. Well, I just want to say that when I was a toddler, I met Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He came to Cleveland, Ohio, to the Garden Valley community at one of the elementary schools. And the crowd was up front near him, and I went up there and I put my hand up, and he shook my hand.
Oh, that was wonderful. See, that's part of history. That's black history right there. Mm-hmm. That is black history. You met Martin Luther King as a teen. You did not be a victim of being
Not
a black.
as a teen.
No, you didn't be a victim no more in life, because as your father, as a black man, told you, because you didn't think you were the beautifulest woman in the world because you were a little overweight, but you knew you had brains, and your father seen that in you, and your father told you, don't worry about your sisters, thought they were pretty and all this and that. You went to school, got an education, and got it had a good career.
Yes.
As a clinical social worker, and went to Japan for 6 years, lost a tremendous amount of weight. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And was beautiful and smart, because you might have not been beautiful, that you felt beautiful as you were younger, coming up. So you concentrated on your studies, which was the best thing to do anyway, because you can always get beauty. And you got beautiful because you were a beautiful woman, but you lost the weight. And then you lost the weight at the right time, because God said, this is the time. You already got an education, you have money, now you need to get happiness. So He sent you a king after you lost your weight and got looking like a queen, God sent you a king.
Yes,
And
thank
he
you,
said,
my king.
God said, I'm going to make you happy. And I'm going to send the right one for you, the one that you're going to be compatible with. Because he needs a queen and you need a king. So I'm going to bring you two together. And that's
Yes.
why he brought us together. And it's been over 4 years ago. Yesterday was our anniversary. No, a couple of days ago. 2 days ago was our anniversary.
Wednesday.
Wednesday was our 4-year anniversary. And it was Valentine's. And we had a beautiful 4 years. If we really think about it, that, you know, we don't have problems like most people have because we look out for each other and we consider one another. And we appreciate each other. We don't take each other for granted. And we look the best. You see how we dress. We dress as we're
We
blessed.
dress as we're heart attached.
And we match as we're heart attached. And we dress as we're blessed. So we do
Yeah,
this.
we do. We dress as we're blessed and we match as we're heart attached.
And we do this all the time we get together. This just ain't for the show today. We do this all the time. We're just getting better and better at it because, like anything, each and every day you're supposed to get better in each and every way. And that's how we're doing it. We're doing it like we say. You know, that's how we do it, you know what I mean? So it's like we always dress to match and dress to impress. We do this like this because we're all blessed. And that's what people need to understand.
And we do have a lot of people coming up to us doing compliments and telling us that they like our colors.
Different colors that we have on different days.
Yeah.
Last week we had on it was the game. It was the Super Bowl game, so we had on red and gold because we're for the 49ers. At least I'm for the 49ers. She says she's not for the 49ers, but if it wasn't for the 49ers, we wouldn't be together because we met with 49er colors on. That's what drew us to each other. And God knew this, so that's why God put us together because I was going along that whole day. And different people took pictures with me because of the way I looked. I had, you know, representing 49 colors, but I was dressed up in a suit, looking the part. But everybody I seen and took pictures with, nobody looked nowhere near as good as I looked in no kind of way. Then when I seen her, she looked as good as me or better. And she was dressed and she jumped out the car. And I knew at that minute, I didn't know I was going to be with her.
No.
I didn't know she was going to be my queen because she could have been married.
Didn't.
She could have been married. I didn't know. All I did know for sure is that I wanted a picture with her. And I was going to talk with her when I got the picture. So I told her, I'm going to be in that store. It was a 99-cent store. That's where we met. We took pictures in there and we talked. And that was the day that brought us together. And what happened, I was there. I usually didn't walk to that store. It was 2 years since I had walked to that store because my legs and different things, I wasn't feeling the best of my ability. That particular day, something told me to walk to the 99-cent store that I hadn't did in 2 years. And I did that, and that's when I ran into her with the colors on and everything. That was God sent. That God sent us because she wasn't going to go to the store either.
No,
she
I
had
wasn't.
not planned on going.
No,
Something drew her to go there. So that was God sent. He sent her there and sent me there, and bam, that's what happened. And I was there to meet my sister, right? And then when my sister came and got there, she thought we were there together because we were matched as heart attached from the day we met. And that's our philosophy, match as heart attached. And believe it or not, there's been years I've been looking for a woman to dress and match me because that's been my dream. Like, and nobody else did this. It's just something that I wanted because I've seen it happen. And the closest I got to it was in the 90s as a girl that I was with, and she bought us 2 matching coats. And I was so impressed. I was so amazed that every time I put the coat on, I felt good because we matched. And that was the closest I ever been to anybody ever trying to match me up, you know. But anyway, even all these other women that I've been with that were with me, we never done that. Just the one that did it. Other ones would do it one day, and then after that they wouldn't be interested. You know, it wasn't something that they wanted to do. And she'd come up with a rhyme. She'd come up with the same match as heart attached, dress as we're blessed. She came up with that. That's her saying. That's her philosophy. And today this is her show. And tell them about the letter that Obama sent you. That's history.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Black history. The letter that Obama sent her.
Yes, when I was working as a social worker, clinical social worker for the federal government, and I went through a breast cancer issue, he sent me a letter from him and his wife, and he said that all of my family and friends have said that I'm the kind of person that I don't let stuff get me down. I always stand up to stuff.
Yeah, see, that was wonderful.
And that made me cry happy tears because it was so encouraging.
Well, you're a warrior. You're a warrior. You overcame a lot. You overcame weight gain. You overcame cancer. I mean, you've overcame a lot. So you're a warrior. You know what I mean? You are a queen that earned your crown. You understand? Because a lot of people
Thank you, my
haven't
king.
been through anything. To know something, to be something, you have to go through something. And that's when you go through it and you've been through it, then you appreciate it when you do have life. You appreciate the small things. That's why I appreciate all the adversity that I had in my life, because it made me who I am today. Because I see a lot of people that didn't have no hard times, never been through nothing, and they don't appreciate life for what it is. As a man, I'm gonna give you a short scenario. There's a guy I know that he came to my office, and there was a bunch of us in there that had been in recovery because we, been through drinking and drugs and all that. So we appreciated the little things in life. This guy he had it good all his life. Never drank, never had drugs issue. Never. He always had money. Never went to jail. He never had no hard lessons. So the lesson is women went to jail and they were doing things together, criminal things together. So when she went to jail, he was scared he was going to lose his car. He had a Rolls Royce and he had a mansion. And he was scared. He was worried about losing those things, downsizing. And he was worried about something like that. That was he was worried about. And he was heartbroken. I said, man, you got it made. All you have to do is sell your property, sell your car, downsize, get a regular car, move to Atlanta, get you a regular house, and save the rest of the money and live. You have no problem. It's not a problem. He looked at it as a problem only because that's the biggest setback he's had. See, if you don't have a setback, then you have a comeback, and then you don't know how to act. And that's why people don't know how to act when they don't have trials and tribulations. Because the people that think they're blessed, that go through life never having a hardship, they don't really enjoy life because it's boring to them, because they haven't had the adventures that most people have in life. When you lose things, you gain things, you lose things. Just like when you get in relationships. When you get in bad relationships and then good relationships, then you know how to appreciate a good one when it comes. If you haven't had no bad men, then you don't know a good one.
Yes.
You never know a good one. And that's why some people take the good ones for granted. You see these women all the time get a good man, and they don't appreciate him. And then they get a bad one, and then they try to hold on to him only because he was a challenge to them, because he didn't really look up to him like they did, because they thought because they was pretty or whatever it was that they didn't have to do nothing else. Just because they was beautiful. No, it takes more than looks to hold on to a man. It takes being dedicated, being true, and being honest, and don't cheat, and don't disrespect the man. You know what I mean? And appreciate him, and let him know you care. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, those things mean a lot to a man. If a lot of women don't understand it, and people understand why they don't have relations. A lot of people tell you different things. These women nowadays, these young ones coming up, all they want is a man that got a job. They wanted money. They want a man for his money. They don't want to work for themselves like back in the day. Women was working. If the woman had kids, the woman stayed home and watched the kids. It was a traditional thing. They did that. Nowadays these women. I'm not saying all of them, but these American women anyway, because I noticed these women from these other countries, they hold on to their men more so because they appreciate and cherish the man. They even have the men, and he might cheat with other women, and they accept that, like in some of these countries, only because they know he's providing and being right with them. So they look at that as a man's issue. They say, well, he's a man, and men do that as long as he comes home. I don't agree with that, but I know some of these people do that, and that's all right for them. But I don't respect that, because a man, if he wants his woman to keep up with her, he should be true to her and dedicated. He shouldn't be cheating around and doing all that, because if he does, he's not giving her full respect. If you want to respect, you have to give respect, and it goes both ways, not one way. And I would not tolerate my woman cheating on me, and I definitely would not cheat on her. And then when I was younger, I had ways where it was all right for me to cheat, but they did not cheat. But then I was young, and so I dealt with it. They could accept it or reject it. The one girl said, I don't care if you got 50 men, 50 women. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to stay with you. I said, because I tried to get rid of her because I didn't really care about her. But the more I tried to get rid of her, the more she did to hold on to me. which was okay because that's why I said she was a real good woman. But I was not good to her. See, you're good to the ones you want to be with, and the one you want to be with is the one you're going to be good to. And that's why we and her are the perfect combination.
Oh, thank you.
Because we love each other and we're true to one another and we respect each other. And that's what you want. You got to have it on both levels. Because some people be together. I said this in one of my shows a couple weeks ago. Some people, two people are together and they ain't supposed to be together. And they wonder why they have all these problems because they really ain't supposed to be together. They together, but they making something work that ain't supposed to work. They supposed to be not be together so they can go to whoever they supposed to really be with. But they scared to be by themselves to find the right one, so they holding on to what they have. And I didn't realize that till later in life when I got to analyze the situation and said I do not want to be in the wrong relationship. I said I'm not going to be in the wrong relationship. So I stuck by myself for many years, and then when I realized I wanted, when I realized what I wanted, everybody said, "Oh, he gonna get him a white woman, this and that." No. I've had that. I know what that's about. I know I had to have a black woman because I'm a black man. And I knew when I seen my friend, I knew I wanted a woman, but I wanted a queen, right? But I wanted the queen to respect me like a king. And that's when I seen the way my friend, this was a year before I found my woman. This was when I knew what I wanted though. At least I knew God said, I know what you want now. He drew the plan. He knew what I wanted. So therefore, that's when he sent me what I wanted. Because at that time when my friend was on the phone and this woman called him king, right? His woman called him king this and he called her queen. I said, oh man, that's what I want. Right at that time I wanted that. And do you know, let me tell you something. When I met this woman before we got together, or after we got together, she didn't call me king until after we were together like man and woman. And then she started calling me king. And I called her queen. My father called my mother queen, but she didn't call him king though. But he did call her that. But the thing about it is, she called me this, and this is what I wanted. I asked God for this. Nobody else knew this. I didn't even tell my friend that had the woman. I didn't say, oh man, I want a woman like you. No, I didn't say that, because that ain't like me. I just said to myself, this is what I want, and I want a black woman. And everything else, because I'm older now, and I want to really build a bond with this woman. And a black woman and a black man is good together. Mm-hmm. They're good together. That's where it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Because they have and I wanted somebody my age. I didn't want nobody 30, 40 years younger than me, 20 years younger. I wanted somebody my age bracket, 4 or 5 years age difference. Mm-hmm. So we could listen to the same music, like the same.
Yeah, we do listen to the same
like
music.
the same thing. Concerts, go to the same concerts. Mm-hmm. I see these people talking like, oh, they want a young woman. But they can't keep a young woman because they have nothing in common. They're not being realistic. You like the way she looks. It's more than looks. You got to like other than look. Mm-hmm. I got me a woman that's beautiful, and she looks good, and she's my age bracket. So we look good together because we're both good looking. That's a perfect combination. I can't.
I'll be 69 on July 27th this year.
And I'll be 72.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 years difference. So the thing about it is we're close enough in age bracket where we know the same music. We know that back in the day what we were doing back in the 60s or 70s. Mm-hmm. We can relate to that, see. And that's a wonderful thing. That's why I don't have to explain my relationship to jealous people that hate. Because a lot of people hate. You know why they hate? They hate because they want what you have, but they don't have it. So they try to talk about your relationship because they don't have that. And when I was telling one person, I said, I'm happy. He's talking about you need to go here and go to Vegas because the Super Bowl, because you don't tell them who you can meet there. And all. I said, man, first of all, I'm not trying to meet nobody. I got everything I want. I'm happy right now. Why would I want to go to Vegas looking for what? I don't need to look for no money over there because I ain't got nothing to sell them people. And I ain't trying to meet no women. So why do I want to go? I said, that's where you need to go. You telling somebody where they need to go. I'm happy right now, what I got. I said, I'm happy in life. But people always want to try to tell you what you need to do because they're not doing it. They want you to do something that they're not doing. And they never done nothing their whole life, and I've been winning my whole life. I've always been doing good my whole life. Whatever I did, I always did it good. But, God just been treating me right. And I got to be thankful for that, you know what I mean? And then I've been raised right. I had a good mother and a good father. Some of these people don't have that, so they don't know how to love. Some people don't even know how to love. And you say to yourself, how these people, why would they treat somebody like that, or why would they do that? You never know. And I never knew it at the time when people did that. I just, I couldn't understand it. And that's when I started really appreciating my lifestyle, the way I came up, because I had a real wonderful, good life. They treated me good. My mother and my father, but people in my family that don't act right, and they have it all and don't appreciate it. And they have everything and don't appreciate it and complain. And I mean, I don't see why they do it, but I know I'm not going to let them steal my joy. So I stay away from them, because I noticed that they get jealous and envious because I'm supposed to do the worse and do the less, only because I didn't have a job. They had to work hard. These are women in my life, and they had to work hard and do all that. And I never worked. I always dressed up and looked good, and I always had a good life, because I lived life the way I wanted to. My father wanted to be a merchant marine. He even got me into merchant marines. But the fast life I was in was wonderful at the time. It's just I messed it up by drinking and partying. But I didn't really mess it up. I just lived that type of life the way I wanted to at the time. And then when it was time to grow up, I grew up. I straightened up. I did do that. I did straighten up when it was time to straighten up. And then when it was time to get me a good woman, that was the hardest thing for me to deal with, because it took over 20-some years when I made my buying up. But then I didn't specifically actually know what I wanted to a specific blueprint. I just knew I wanted a good woman. I wasn't messing with a woman that was on drugs. I wasn't messing with a woman that drank. That I knew for 20-some years. And then I got a square woman that didn't drink drugs and none of that. She was a square, wasn't even in the fast life. Didn't know nothing about a fast life. And then when I was with the woman that was good, I compared next to her with Sharon, and she really wasn't good, because her moral standards and her uprights weren't right. She would dog people and do people wrong, and that's not good. This one wouldn't hurt a fly. And so that one was bad, but she was good for me at that time, because I was still drinking and drugs, and I was like Bonnie and Clyde. But that wasn't good. So God, He sends you the right things when you're ready for it. And when you ask and you really want it, He goes send you, put you in position. Me and her both were good people, and we were good for each other, because as soon as we met one another, we didn't rush it or nothing. We just knew if we weren't going to be together, we were going to be good friends. It wasn't going to be no in between, because she was a good person, so it had to work, because, it's the way it was. Everything worked out for us.
It did.
And then she liked to dress like me. After that, we started dressing it.
As we're
matching as hard attached.
And match as we're hard
all
attached.
The time. It was just a wonderful thing, But being Black History Month, let's get back to Black history. It's like this. We need to improve each other as a people, as Black people. We people have this subject and have this title. I be with my friends, and they always talk about, Black people. But see, I'm gonna tell you something. I never talk about my own people, because those are my people. I got a friend. He said, I wouldn't move in the neighborhood with Black people. I don't want to be around Black. No, what? I want to be around Black people, but I want to be around good people. I don't care what color they are. I want to be around good people. It don't make no difference what color they are. I just want them to be good. And then if they're Black, I prefer Black because I am Black. And every culture sticks with each other's culture. That's just the way it is. If you can't love your culture and who you are and where you're from, then you have a problem, because you have to be united. For your culture to be strong, you got to be strong with them. You as an individual and all the other ones together. And that's what this month is all about, is to remind you that your people and you need to, like the older ones like us that know what's right and wrong and know we're supposed to reach down and teach to the younger people. I know people are scared to do that, because these young people now don't respect people as they do. So I talk to them through the media, through this show we're doing, and do some of my other things that I do, because I just was inducted into the museum, the Tenderloin Museum. I've been called the king of the Tenderloin. The Tenderloin is a neighborhood I live in. It's supposed to be a bad neighborhood, and I've been living there for 20 years now. And I started out in the Tenderloin when I was 16 and 67, when the Tenderloin was popping and Black people had it going on at the time. Now I'm the only Black person that really, or one of the only, or the best dressed one that dresses and does that, like what we did in the early days. I still do it, and I hold a flag up for it. You understand me? Because that's what I do. Dressing is what I love to do. I love to do that more than anything. So that's why when people tell me what's important to them, They go to see $1,000 show in Vegas and all. No, I'm not gonna do that. Cause I'd rather buy some nice clothes and go see $100 concert at Yoshi's or the Paramount and be just as happy with a $200 or $300 suit on and a ticket to see that show and still have $500 in my pocket. That's what I'd rather do. And then I got money to spend on my queen. That's how I look at things. As long as I'm happy, don't worry about what I'm doing. You trying to compete, you still trying to worry about what people think of you. I don't care what they think of me. I'm worried about what me and my queen and her family and my family think. And my family is small. I got my sister, her side of the family mostly.
Passionate Patricia.
Passionate Patricia. And some of my people on my other sister's side. But they're really behind their mother, so I can't really be all the way in to them.
Brilliant Barbara.
I noticed that they don't, invite me to nothing, to do nothing like that or whatever, so I don't go running behind going to see them. And my niece, she says it's for me, but then again, she never invites me over there, but then she invites my friend Danny, me and him together. But I told him, I said, man, don't tell me what's going on. I know what's going on. He tries to tell me, oh, you and Beverly need to just go over there. No, I'm not going nowhere I'm not invited. I said, you go because she invited you. We call and she says, come on over. But I know that because you are part of the family. And we all know that, you know what I'm saying? But Barbara is the monarch of the family. And however she acts or whatever she does, she's still head of the family, and I respect her for that. But I can't be in that part of the family that she's head of, so I just back away. You know what I mean? Even though I respected her many years and all that. But if you don't respect me and mine, and I got a beautiful queen and we're 100% on the winning team and we're victorious. And next year we're going to my other sister's house for Thanksgiving in Arizona because we're going to live passionately and we're going to be around Passionate Patricia because that's the way it is. And the year before that, last year, we went to Las Vegas to her daughter because her daughter lost her husband. And it was her first holiday, Thanksgiving, without him. So we do what's right. Me and my queen,
and
we do
she
what's right.
appreciated us coming so much.
Yeah, we do what's right. We try to live our life and do what's right. We don't try to impress people with, acting like we got money. We don't have no money, but we live life good. We live life to a degree where we're comfortable. I don't chase money. I chase happiness. That's what I told people. I said, I'm not chasing money now.
No.
I said, you chase money when you're young. We're retired. We're trying to enjoy life. The remaining years we have on this earth, I'm in my 70s, early 70s. She's in her late 60s. We're going to enjoy our life, the remainder of our life, to the best of our ability. So after we leave this world, people will say, man, they sure live their life. They'll be talking about us the rest of their lives. And then they'll be talking about it after that because when they look at the pictures, they're going to say, man, those people really live. Man, I sure miss them. We're going to leave an impact. We're going to leave a legacy. And that's what you do when you live in life. You be positive. You enjoy life. You inspire people like my queen here. She does this, not just Black History Month. She does this every day, gives people attitudes. They'll say, you guys sure look nice. She'll say, what's your name? They'll tell her, my name is Linda. She'll say, lovely Linda or something. She'll give them a name on top of a name.
An appreciative adjective.
Appreciative adjective.
That begins with the first letter of their first name.
First letter of name. That's what she does. She does these type of things. And at first I didn't appreciate it.
Well, I have that diagnosis.
Then I realized, I said, you know what, she lightens people's life when she does that.
I know, and I
People
have that
love that.
diagnosis, ADHD, and I live attention dedicated, harvesting divineness.
Another thing they do, she won't be with me and I'll be somewhere, and they will constantly say, they remember her, they may see her one time. And I go to see them 5 or 10 times, and every time they ask about her. Like they've been knowing her a long time. And it makes me feel good because I realize what she does have impact on people. So it makes us together, that makes us double strong. Because I don't say nothing. I don't say much. I'm like the director behind the show. I don't say much. But they see me and they see us together and they know we're dynamic together. We're the dynamic duo. And they realize that and they appreciate us, so they give us that respect, and we're happy doing that, and we're going to keep doing it. And the show is almost over. We got about 30 seconds or 40 seconds. So what you want to say, baby? What's the last word? Give me the last word because time don't wait on nobody.
Okay, just be the best you show, and you will continue to have a great, blessed 2024.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in this show, this was Beverly Black History Month, and we did a good show, and we're looking this way because it's Mardi Gras month, and it's our anniversary month. It's a lot of things together, so we put all these colors together to make it one winning color, one winning show. So you never forget it again. And this will be on YouTube, and you'll see it on YouTube and a lot of other genders, you know, and it'll be on Channel 29. So see you, ladies and gentlemen.